Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix, powered by Foolish Club Media. Please head to our YouTube channel with the same name, Foolish Club Media. Please like and subscribe. Please do so. If you're on Twitter, please follow us. Please retweet, share this so other people can hear it. And if you do not do so,
what are you going to do?
If you do not do so, them damn gnats and them bugs gonna attack your ass, and you ain't gonna have no bug spray anywhere near you to be able to fight it off. You're gonna get you in your hair. It's gonna get your head. It's gonna get your neck. Your legs is gonna be crisp. You just gonna get your ass bit all the way up. So
no citronella, no tea tree oil,
nothing near you. Nothing near you. Nope.
No DEET.
And the worst part is somebody will have a can of bug spray, but it will be out, and it will, and that will really that will really roast your ass. So to avoid all that, just go ahead, like and subscribe. I mean that thing knocks it out. I feel like Serda's not the right person to ask this as I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Osita, you may have a thought on it. Our viewers may too. I'm 41 years old, contrary to whatever Osita says, and I know I look young. I don't know why Osita just decides to push that. I know I look young for my age. I know that's the case. Shit, baby. We was in New Orleans. That was one of the things we started asking. How old do you think I am? 28, 29.
No one is saying 28, 29 for your ass. You are a liar, sir.
He doesn't look young. I'll give him that. He doesn't look as young as me, but he looks young.
If I'm
lying, I'm dying. You go ask Figgy. Go ask Figgy, and he will let you know. Shout out to Figgy who filled in one night for you, Serda. Go ask Figgy. I mean, people was in Cleveland. Same thing. Shot. Had to pull out my my driver's license to show these folks how old I was. Blown away. But is this me grasping for youth with this backwards hat? I look at this and I can see a tinge of, boy, you're trying too hard. But I do feel comfortable with it backwards. And I've noticed that I have started to wear this. And like I said, Steve, I don't think you're the right one because I've never seen you wear a hat forward. But I looked at myself and I've noticed here in the last 6 months, I'm Ken Griffey Jr. in this bitch every time I throw a hat on. Every time I'm banging that out backwards. And and I just looked at myself as we were doing the intro, like, damn, Ryan, you trying to really hold on to this age. Your knees hurt. That plantar fasciitis is killing you in your left foot, and your knees getting you. It's a bear to get up out of the bed, but you wearing this backwards hat. I feel like Ken Griffey Jr. at that old man's home run derby right now, where he just keeps rocking the backwards hat. I don't know. Am I overthinking this? Am I good? I know.
No. You're not overthinking. You should definitely grow up. You know what I mean? Wear a hat the normal way. Wear it for its intended purpose, which is usually keep sun out of your eyes or keep the sun off your head.
Oh, well,
that's that you're inside at the moment means that you have no reason to be wearing either of those. You know, you don't have anything to be worrying about except for the fact that you are grasping for youth with every chance that you get because you are old as shit.
Serda, I have never felt better about my decisions after hearing that ridiculous spill that Osita just gave me. How old does he sound, Serda? When is the last time you have worn a hat for its intended purpose? Like, when is the last time
at a baseball game or something?
Man, I have never. I'll be honest with you. Since I played baseball, since I played a baseball game, and I'm not even saying all of them because I played some intramural softball. I played some softball. I don't know. I think every time I've worn a hat, it's because of look. And not for the intended purpose. I can't think, I need to keep the sun in my I can't. Every time I've worn a hat, it is for fashion or look.
The thing is, I don't have the hair up here, so it's very easy for me to get sunburns on the top of my head. And I live in Texas, and I'm saying the sun is very hot, and so I definitely have to wear a hat and cover up my head sometimes when I go out because I don't want to get, I don't want nothing up there.
I'm not taking that layup.
So
I'm not taking that layup.
I do wear hats forward. When I wear them on this podcast, I usually wear them backwards because it just feels more comfortable, like while we're recording.
I've never seen you wear a hat forward ever.
I do occasionally, but I do usually just throw it on and put it on backwards because that's like more comfortable for me. I don't think there's any rule that says once you pass 40, you can't wear it backwards anymore. There
is a feel of, hey man, dude trying to really look hip or young. I can see that as a feel. I don't think that I'm doing that. I am with you. I just feel comfortable, but I do have to be honest. I've gotten more aggressive with the banging it backwards. But what you just said, Osita, that sounded old as hell. Wear the hat for the purpose that it was. You're inside. Why do you have a hat on? That sounded old as hell.
I'm an adult. I know that about myself. You're the one who's still trying to be a child.
You're better than that.
You know what I'm ready for? I'm ready for like beanie weather, like hoodie weather. Yeah.
I love it. Unfortunately, we don't really get it here in Houston. But
I was gonna say, what do you do with your scarves?
Oh, I just can't, man. You may not know this about me, Osita, because of where this hot box that we're in. I am a scarf guy. I got a drawer dedicated. I got about
you got a scarf drawer.
I got about 40 to 50 scarves. Yeah, hey, what was it?
Kansas City, as soon as it hit winter, you knew he was showing up with that like scarf and walking in.
I got different knots. I got different ties. I've sat down and I have got different versions of how I tie them. Right through. I'm telling you, I got some knitted ones. I bought one. Shout out to Josh Vernier. He got me one for Christmas. I am a scarf person. And if you catch me here in Houston, the few times, just all I need is a 4. I just need that puppy to start with a 4 here in Houston, and I will pull that bitch out. Again, another one for fashion. I remember that time I wore that dress half zip. And then I had the scarf coming down inside the half zip like it was a tie. Oh, that shit was killing them. I was killing them with that bitch, boy. I'm telling you, man. I was hot to trot. Now I am. Yeah, I'm a big time scarf guy.
Hot to trot, and I sound old. Hot to trot.
Yeah.
Hot to trot,
baby. Hot to trot, baby. You did, man. You said wear hats for their intended purpose. You're inside. Why the hell would you have a hot? I mean, you sound Sandlot old, is what you sounded like. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Good times though. I'm all right with this hat. I just I could turn it. I mean, that works. I got to. I'm sorry. I got to hang with it. I got to hang with that thing. Speaking of
the hat, what is the hat? What is the hat? What's on the?
It's a Super Bowl Chiefs hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of the Chiefs, as they lost Monday night, and this is becoming a thing from, and I don't think these people are dumb people. I just think their hatred for the Chiefs make them dumb. And we see this a ton, but I'm going to tell you, Steve, Monday night had to be one of my favorite from NFL fans that the Chiefs get help from the refs game. Like that like we get that one, that one was, now it's becoming damn near every game. Oh God, the Chiefs, oh God. Because it is hilarious to me, because if you watch any NFL game, like everything that people see as the Chiefs gaining some sort of advantage with the officials, it happens in every game. And hell, it happens in the same game to the other team. They just kind of just see it because of their hatred for the Chiefs, that the Chiefs are gaining them. I mean, this one Monday was hilarious. Like in that game, people are going off because, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid went over there and forced those guys to change the call when they thrown a flag. How many times do we see a flag thrown and guys come together and get help, and we see players from certain teams go over and try to explain their case and the call changes? Hell, I watched it happen in the Philly-Denver game on Sunday late in the fourth quarter on an intentional grounding. It happens all the time. And by the way, the Chiefs were right. That was within the 1 yard that you can set a pick at the line of scrimmage. And then the pass interference. Serda and Osita, the Chiefs had 13 penalties to Jacksonville's 4 in this game. Jacksonville came into the game one of the most penalized teams in the league. Yet these fools out here swear up and down, all the Chiefs help them. And the part that gets me is it's not just bots anymore. It's what you would think to be credible, commentators or football guys. Like it is the dumbest thing that people have legit got themselves to a space that they believe that the officials are conspiring together on a weekly basis to have the Chiefs, to help the Chiefs win, even though the Chiefs committed 9 more penalties. There hasn't been a discrepancy like that in the league in like 10 years. And Monday was I enjoyed it. It cracks me up. You dumbasses are so, like, you have let your Chiefs hatred get to you so much that you watch that game and really believe, the Jags won that game in spite of having the refs help them. Hell, shit, if they was helping the Chiefs, they could have helped a little bit more. Maybe a few of those penalties could have been less.
Yeah, didn't y'all get like a huge penalty, that special teams penalty? Or
twice? They got a penalty on 4 straight special teams plays.
Yeah, 2 of
them.
Or
4 straight kickoffs. They got a penalty on them, and they were huge throughout the game. I just, like, it is, again, I don't think, and a lot of people I deal with every day in Houston, Osita, but I'm not saying these people are dumb people, though some of them are. But I'm not saying these people are dumb people. I just think their hatred for the Chiefs has done that to them, has gotten some of these fans around the league who they have convinced themselves that this is the truth.
To me, like, this game, and obviously the Chiefs and refs narrative has always been stupid. It goes back and forth. Like it doesn't depend on the team necessarily. Like, it just goes back and forth throughout the entirety of an NFL game, which this game on Monday night just like further proves how all of the rules are literally open to interpretation. And so every penalty that is called within an NFL game is a slave to the judgment of a human being. And we don't actually know what any of the rules are because everybody thinks they know what the rules are. And outside of, small minor things like lining up and stuff like that and formational penalties and everything.
Delay of game. Yeah.
Literally everything else is open to interpretation of the individuals on the field whose job it is to make those calls. And so I hate this so much about sports and the NFL in general, that it's become such a problem in football because no one actually knows what the rules are because the rules are so open to interpretation by individuals, that this is what we spend a bunch of time talking about. It's not the players. It's not the schemes and the injuries or in the play and the calling and the play calling and all that stuff. It's literally, we spend so much time week after week talking about officials and penalties, and it is just so stupid. It's annoying. It's a part of the game. But yeah, the Chiefs got 13 penalties on Monday night. They played sloppy as shit. I don't think any of us would disagree about that. So they deserve to get flagged for a lot of penalties. And then I don't think there was even like and there probably is some of this, like the ref screwed up this one, so then they called this one, and like, there probably is some of that stuff in football. I don't even think it was that. I think it was just a sloppy as hell football game.
But for me, OC, it's just like, dude, it's 13-4. Like, and let's be honest, like, at least sort of, maybe more, at least 2 of the 4 that Jacksonville got were, hey guys, there's no judgment to it. Trevor Lawrence just forgot how much time was left on the play clock, and they got delay of games. Everybody in the stadium can look up there and see that there are zeros on the clock and they haven't snapped the ball. Those aren't even judgments. Those are just, time. At least 2 of those were delay of games. It is just crazy to me how far people will go and how people will watch the game that have just walked into the game and believe the narrative that the officials are helping the Chiefs. Will watch the game and see things, and you can watch. If you watch, you can see it like, damn man, that was tight. Damn man, well I don't know, but then I mean on the other end, woo, and maybe it's just me, Serda and Osita. It now feels like that broadcast teams, they're getting hit with the feel of it. And it seems like they are, and maybe this is my homerism coming out, but it feels like to me they are becoming a louder voice on questionable or ticky-tack calls that involve the Chiefs than they do the other way and than they do with other teams. It seems like they are putting more emphasis on it than they regularly do, which then makes it even a bigger thing, which is wild to me. But I just don't know how you come in there and say this other team got 9 more penalties and the refs were helping that team that they gave 13 penalties to.
Well, I think it's just another thing of like perspective, you know, like Chiefs have been a great team for a really, really long time. And obviously they've been struggling quite a bit this season. So people are going to look at them, and you know, whenever they get a play call their way, they're going to be like, oh shit, well maybe they're getting help. I feel like I was having this conversation last night with a friend of mine. I feel like sports betting has like a thing to do with it now too, because like
probably
well yeah, because I mean like everyone kind of thinks that, you know, when a play goes a certain way, they're like, oh man, I feel like something's going on. Like what is this? What is this? Why is that happening? That never really happened before. And we're, you know, like Stephen was saying, like you kind of see the ticky-tack nature of the refereeing and stuff like that in a lot of these games, because all of the rules are really open to interpretation, especially by the referees. So like whenever you see something that you feel like it should go a certain way and it goes the opposite way, you know, you're going to be like, oh well, so what's up there? You know, everyone's conspiracy theorists, especially when it comes to shit like this.
It's just wild to me. Like the whole premise of the thought of like, all right, man, there's about 100 guys that are involved with officiating in the league. All of them have to be in on it.
Yeah, they're all in on it. They're all in on it.
And like when
all of referees,
when you say, hey man, the Chiefs had 13 penalties, they had 4. How do you explain that away? Yeah, well, they just made it look, but certain ones, if the Chiefs are getting help from the refs, they'd have found something to call on that interception return for a touchdown. They'd have found somebody to drop the flag somewhere. Maybe they wouldn't have just called all those penalties that could be questionable for holding on special teams. I just think it is what 13-4, and we still came out of that 13-4 in a game that the Jags won, and we still rolled out of there with that. And mind you, there are questionable calls that go the Chiefs' way. Like, you know, you don't need to go back, but the last offensive play for the Jags when Trevor Lawrence fell down, tripped again, and then somehow ran it in anyway. Like everyone's saying, oh, if Chris Jones and the Chiefs could have got him down and touched him, they would have had to run to the line of scrimmage and spike it, and they had no timeouts. No, what a lot of people missed on that play was the Chiefs were actually called for their 14th penalty in that game, and he would not have had to run to the line and spike it because they called holding on Brian Cook, number 6. And I would urge you, if you have some free time, to go watch Brian Cook on that play and go look and see what they called holding on. And tell me that like everything is out for the Chiefs. They called a hold on him. It's not even nobody held. It was just insane that they threw that flag. But it's never seen that way. All right, I do want to get to a heat check, but I am really intrigued. I feel like I know where Serda is going on this. I am really intrigued to see Osita's thought process on this situation, because so many people have this is soft. I've gone back with multiple people who host. I've gone back with a guy who hosts a national show for CBS. Me and Zach Gill, we went back and forth on this where he thought it was absurd. So Serda's got the video. We'll show the video here in a second, but to set it up, Jonathan Gannon the head coach for the Cardinals, he got fined $100,000 for his sideline altercation with his running back Amari DeMarcado. If you missed it, DeMarcado was the guy for the Cardinals, and this has happened a lot in the game or in the league, in college, in the NFL, and it helped the collapse of the Cardinals when they lost to the Titans. But he was the one that had a long touchdown run, and he flipped the ball out before he got to the goal line. By the way, if you watch it closely.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, if you watch it closely, fellas, I actually think it was a touchdown. I think he still had the ball in his hand when it touched the front of the goal line. Whatever. They called it a fumble, or called it a fumble through the end zone as a touchback, so they didn't get the touchdown, obviously, and that would have put them up 28-6. They went on to lose that game to the winless Titans. But the big thing that got him fined, and I want you to watch this video. This is Jonathan Gannon on the sideline addressing DeMarcado. Okay, I sent the video earlier today. We'll look at it from this point, Osita, is he'll get the video and he'll show it. But he undressed this fella, and I personally felt like he was deserved there. I would even say, Osita and Serda, the bulk of the people that I've seen react to this feel like the league is soft. And here it is. This is him. Come, look at him. This is this coach. And clearly this guy, he's hit him right there once. And then we're here, and he is letting him, and then he hit him again on the arm, right? Now, yeah, go there again, because I'm a man. You can't do this to me. It ain't that big of a goddamn deal. Hit him right there in the chest first, then he came there and it did that again on the way out. And he got in his face. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't believe Jonathan Gannon's punk ass would do that to him in a completely different setting. And I'm telling you, most people, again, I feel like I know where Serda's going to go on this, but I'm really intrigued from Osita, because most people that I have run into have thought this is absurd that the NFL would fine him. They thought it was absurd that he had to make an apology. He said he woke up, he got fined yesterday, but he came and apologized with his press conference, said he woke up and didn't feel good about it. Watched it again. He apologized to him and the team when they met Monday. But I don't think this is soft. And I think he should have been punished. There should have been a consequence. And I think it's nuts. I know that football, it has a different culture. But there is a level of professionalism. And even in that arena, he ran past the professionalism. Zach Gelb tried to compare that to when Andy Reid bumped Travis earlier this year when he was talking to. Those two things aren't even close. That shit right there that we just showed, that was Bobby Knight to me. That was Bobby Knight for me, Osita. It felt like that was a dude using his and abusing his authority on that player and taking it to a place of disrespect. And then you put your hands on me twice. I know, as I said, football is a different culture, but that is unprofessional in that culture. Hell, let alone anywhere. I'm intrigued. What is your thoughts about his reaction and what you just saw?
Okay. Unprofessional is celebrating before you actually get the touchdown that you need to get. That touchdown was that whatever happened was the most ridiculous thing I've seen in football in a really, really long time. Again, it was another moment where the Benny Hill theme music should be playing in the background, because they could have scored. That could have been a scoring drive for them. And because he was getting a little too cocky before he realized what he was doing, he literally dropped the ball, literally and figuratively. I don't feel like that's disrespect. I feel like that's just a coach being a coach, man. You know what I mean? That's a coach being passionate about the fact that his player just messed up big time, and it's not like he decked him in the face. He hit him a couple of times in the chest. I don't see anything wrong in my opinion. I guess, yeah, maybe it is like, what were you calling it? You said it was weak or something like that. People are calling it weak.
People are calling the NFL weak for finding him.
Yeah, for finding him. Yeah. I mean, I think that's just a coach being a coach, man. Like, because I know I'd be just as pissed in that situation. Because I'd be in his face like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you thinking that you're doing here?
I am blown away by your reaction.
I do think there's like context with this too. That's like important, because Jonathan Gannon is like, he's had other instances where he's like, people are like, he's really intense. Like he's a loose cannon and like gets angry a lot and like screams and yells. Like he's that kind of head coach, which for a long time in the NFL, that's just how coaches were. And that was accepted. Now, a lot of coaches in the NFL are not like that, because it's a different cultural landscape. And these players have a lot more power than they did back in the day when coaches were the end-all, be-all decision makers for this kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of coaches now in the NFL who do not act like that. Then there's like a Kyle Shanahan who is like the end-all, be-all authority on his team. He just doesn't do it like that. He's just like, no, I make all of the decisions. But then there's like Andy Reid's and Sean McVay's that are like, it's all about the guys. It's all about like us getting along and us supporting the players and like putting them in the best situation and stuff like that. But like Jonathan Gannon, I think to me, like what all of this shows is that he is a loose cannon, like floundering head coach who is probably on the hot seat because he's not a very good head coach. The Cardinals, this is his third season with the Cardinals. They're 2-3. At no point throughout his 3-year run now have they looked like they've improved. Like, have they looked like they've been a dramatically improving team or a team that's actually going anywhere? Like, they look exactly the same way they do heading into week 6 of 2025 as they did in 2023 when he took over as head coach. And so, like, I think, yes, sure, it's the NFL, and they're vocal and they're intense and they're violent because they got to go out there and hit people. But at the same time, in literally any other professional workspace, you go up and you do that to somebody, it's going to be a problem. And so I think there needs to be a level of respect. Like, I don't give a shit who you are. You come up and do that to me, I'm going to get angry. And credit to Emery DeMarcado, because he handled it like a professional. And then after the game, he took accountability for it. This was all in the midst of the Cardinals, by the way, having a huge lead on the Tennessee Titans, one of the worst teams in the NFL, and then allowing them to come back because they kept screwing up. It was because of the Cardinals' mistakes. Like, they played like garbage. It wasn't just the DeMarcado thing. It was a bunch of mistakes they made in the fourth quarter of that game against one of the worst teams in the league.
Weren't they like on a 10-game losing streak and this broke it?
Yes. Yeah.
I'd be pissed too. That's what I'm saying. I would be mad. And it's not necessarily like, yeah, okay, look, I get that is a grown man. You know, they're two grown men talking to each other. No one should put hands on each other and stuff like that. But I feel like if I were DeMarcado, I would completely understand why my coach would be pissed at me at that moment.
I'm going to say, and when I say this, Osita, we have a lot of fun with each other on the show.
I already know it's going to be rude. It's fine. What's up? What do we got?
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this in a joking fashion. Like, I was not going to be surprised by whatever take you had, because I could have seen it going either way. That's why I led off by saying I'm really intrigued by your take, because I think clearly, like, you have shown us, and we're learning each other more and more in real time doing this show every night, that there's a space that you have compassion for people, right? Yeah. Like, and I don't mean like compassion, but I mean even like in certain spaces where I could see like the compassion piece of this coming out. But I think also what I have learned, and what I think we have learned during this show, and anybody watches every night, is there is a little masculine like get down to your game.
I
Right?
mean,
There's kind of an old school like
machismo.
I'm not saying that in a negative way or anything. I'm just saying there is a little that's one of the things that I've really learned in the time we've been doing this show, that there is a little, you've got a little bit of masculine thing in your game more than others. So I'm not surprised by that. But I think it's insane. If they would have told me they would have fired Jonathan Gannon for this, I would have said, I think maybe it's a bit strong, but I don't give a damn how mad you are. What you said, he has all the right to be pissed. He certainly has the right to be pissed. But there in no way in any setting do you walk up to him. And again, also another part to this, Serda, and this shouldn't matter either of context. DeMarcado is not a guy that has the reputation of a me guy that just does stupid stuff all the time, that does selfish stuff all the time. Like this isn't a Draymond. This is like there's somebody that just does selfish shit all the time. There in no way do you walk up and put your hands on something. You can go. You can be mad. Like I know it. You
football. The whole game is violence. So why are we getting mad when somebody? Oh, so now the coach isn't allowed to be a little bit violent or get pissed off or anything like that?
Absolutely. Did you just say what you just
field to the point where they have?
Did you just say that out loud? Did you just say the coach
damage to their brains and stuff like that?
Okay.
Well,
Jonathan Gannon can do it.
Have any sort of emotion. He's not allowed to have any sort of emotion and take it out.
Oh, I didn't. But stop. But stop. Hold on.
Who's in much better shape, who is much stronger than him, drops him on the sideline. Like,
hold on, Serda.
The players being the piece of shit.
But hold on, Serda. Like, Osita, you are
it's not like he decked him. Did he hit him in the face?
You are a smart person. Osita.
He hit him in the face.
Osita, you're a smart person. You can separate understanding of a person being angry and upset about something, and then a person being angry and upset about something and crossing the line of how you handle it. Yes, it is a violent game, but no, the damn head coach doesn't get to get violent with his players because they've made him mad. And
right,
you know that doesn't make sense.
Okay, so we didn't hear what it was said, right? What if that was a situation where he slapped him on the head, light little tap or something like that, or even slapped him hard on the head and said, "Get your fucking head in the game."
Osita, you watched that.
What are we doing?
Osita, you watched that. He said he woke up the next day and he didn't feel good about it. We watched that. That was not a motivational wake up and get your in the game, and you know it, Osita.
So what now you're doing that was so bad that it would make, because obviously, okay, if he says get your head in the game, that's okay to put hands on him, but whatever he may have said and put hands on him, that's a bad thing.
That what he did, that was not a good game. That was not what he did. Was clearly, to me, maybe to you not, clearly to me, across the lines of things, right? The NFL viewed it across the lines of things. We saw Travis and Andy Reid have a very emotional argument. Nobody looked at that and thought, damn. Because I'm telling you, in Osita, Serda got to this. It is, to me, so big. Like, no, he didn't hurt DeMarcado, like, physically, but that was beyond disrespectful. And you put your hands on me because you got me. I fucked up. I got that. But you ain't got to put your hands on me. Just like you won't put your hands on nobody at that music. There ain't a culture at the music place that you work at, that people work for you, even for you, there is a level and a line that you can go to of you being angry at somebody that works for you for doing something stupid.
Actually, if someone comes in with a record and they say it's skipping and they have one of those really shitty record players with the speakers on the bottom, I'm allowed. There's literally a sign on the wall that says I'm allowed to slap you one good time. That's just
okay. We'll try it. Let's see if you maintain your gig. But like for me, I think the big thing is, to me, and it's a power move. It's a power thing. Okay, it is him abusing his power, because what Serda was getting to. If the reversed happened, and Serda is right, Jonathan Gannon is not a great coach. And I can assure you, Osita, over the last 2.5 years, Jonathan Gannon has made a dumbass decision that has helped cost their team lose. If any player waltzed up to Jonathan Gannon and undressed him and shoved him and hit his arm on the way out because he did something stupid, they ass is done. They're cut and they're gone. And to me, that level of disrespect has to be equal. Has to be equal. And the NFL to me was right for fining him. Then we have watched players get chewed out. That was different. That was different, and he knows it was different. And it was fucked up. And I'll be honest with you, if DeMarcado turned and lit his ass up and just threw a right at him, he would have been fucked up. He should have got fined, but it would have been more understandable for him to do that to him than him to go over there and lose his mind the way he did. I mean, you got to have some sort of control. That was bullshit from Jonathan Gannon. By the way, I don't think Jonathan Gannon would do that to him at a Walmart. If he walked up to DeMarcado and DeMarcado did something that pissed him off, I don't think he would walk up to that man and get all up in his face and then push him in the chest because he would get his ass beat. That's the other part.
He shouldn't do that. He shouldn't do that at a Walmart because that is a public place where people are just trying to, shop and get their food. Although we know that Steven Serda would hate to be there at that Walmart, and he'd probably be throwing hands too because he's a fighter like that.
And you know what? This pisses me off about you. This pisses me off about you, Osita. And the other part about it is you have expressed in many occasions, man, I hate dudes that act like they about that and not really about that. Jonathan Gannon is not about that. Jonathan Gannon.
He was passionate.
Jonathan Gannon.
Why are we getting mad at a coach for being a coach?
Osita, Jonathan Gannon wouldn't have done that in any other setting to a person like that. That's basically Kendrick Perkins doing what he did. Jonathan Gannon only did that because he knew that he went to somebody that wouldn't do nothing back, that didn't have enough on the line. Who over there on the Cardinals, Serda, who's their most important? If he wouldn't have done that to Kyler, I bet you he wouldn't have done that to Kyler because Kyler is at a place where he wouldn't have done that to Marvin
in the most embarrassing fashion possible. You're celebrating so much and you just drop the ball and then you lose a point. You lose your score.
It was a really, really bad mistake that he should have been addressed, but that was over the top because I guarantee you Jonathan Gannon has made really bad mistakes and decisions. And if anybody on that field addressed him like that, they asses is gone. Heat check.
All right, guys, welcome to the Heat Check, brought to you by Big O, brought to you by Nightly Fix, brought to you by Foolish Club Media. Make sure you like and subscribe or else. All right. Today's episode is brought to you by Forever Ink Sportswear, the only athletic brand that says, why wash your jersey when you can just tattoo it on? That's right. Breathable, permanent, and guaranteed to make your dermatologist cry. All right. So today I want to talk to you about Mauricio dos Anjos, a 33-year-old Brazilian man who decided that being a fan wasn't enough. Steven, can we get the picture real quick?
I can't wait to see this picture. Wasn't ready for it. Jonathan Gannon, there it is.
So Mauricio decided to tattoo the Flamengo's entire 2015 soccer jersey on his body, front.
That's not painted?
Arm. That is not paint, sir. That is full-on tattooing. Look, I'm a fan of tattooing, but when I did some research, I found out he sat for over 32 sessions for over 90 hours. Look, I can't even commit to a girlfriend or a TV show for long enough. This man committed to 90 hours of red and black stripes permanently etched onto his ribs. And if anybody knows anything about tattoos, chest, bad. Chest, bad. Stomach, even worse, okay? So this guy is a different type of demon. That is a spiritual level of fandom that I have never seen before, all right?
That's just a lot of coloring, too. Like, that's
lots of shading. Lots of shading. So much shading. All right. Now, he even got it signed by a legendary flamenco player named Zico. And if you look on his, like, right above the little crest, he got that tattoo, or he got the signature tattooed as well. All right. My thing is, they're not that great of a team. All right. They're not that great of a soccer team for anybody to be getting this lifelong tattoo commitment that this man decided to get. Is he crazy? Probably. Is he a super fan? Definitely. All right. What do y'all think? That's the craziest.
Soccer fans are nuts.
Fuck, Serda. This is beyond soccer fans are nuts, man. This
They
guy,
are though.
but this is beyond this. I've never seen anything like this.
Specifically, like European soccer fans and like soccer fans in other countries, much more so than like here in the U.S. I think most of the soccer fans here are just fake soccer fans.
Yeah. Okay, that was unnecessary. Again, this is beyond anything I've ever seen before. Like, what even? I mean, this guy looks young. I mean, this is gonna be. He's gonna regret this, right?
Yeah, I mean, so
and how far down does it go?
Oh, it's like a full shirt. It looks like a full shirt. So all the way down.
What in the? I mean, God, dog, man.
Yeah.
What in the hell is wrong with him?
And so one thing, if you ever looked at like Japanese full body tattoos and stuff like that, there's a thing that because it's the scarification practice of like of getting tattoos covers up your pores in like in a weird way by putting ink into your skin, into the first like dermatological layer of your skin. Whenever you do stuff like that, you have to be super careful because obviously your body excretes like sweat and different things through your skin because it's like your largest organ, right? So if he drinks, he's likely to stay drunker longer because his body doesn't have a way to actually get rid of the poison that is alcohol.
That's a great help. I'm looking at this thing. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I think this person to show it to you. It's insane, right?
And I guess as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, like, I know people who have full body tattoos that have a bunch of, but this right here in particular, like that collarbone area, that had to hurt too.
Is it just the front or is it the back too?
I saw a picture where he got the back done. I think he doesn't have the back done in this, but I think he does have the full back done.
Yeah, I can see the back's not done. That's fucking stupid, man. That is like he's gonna. I can't marry you.
You know what? Hey, look.
That's a deal breaker if I'm a lady.
You know the worst part? The nipples.
Yeah,
the
they
nipples.
had to get that colored, man. The nipples, the side too, like the rib cage area. That is.
Oh yeah.
No,
you can tattoo nipples.
Man, look at him, man. What is he? Did they maybe?
That's gotta hurt so bad.
You know what? I bet you they did because I know people who do this. I bet he just went under. I know people. I know people who have gotten full tattoos that just went under.
Really? I hate that. I think that kind of ruins the point. It takes away the purpose of like.
I mean, if you're gonna do this shit, though, I mean, you got to. I mean, I'm out. Like, but I guess you said he did multiple, like 30-something sessions. So maybe
32 sessions over 90 hours. 90 hours. Yeah. So that's not bad. I mean, like 3 hours per session. That's
Yeah.
Anything longer than 5 hours, and you're a psychopath in my honest opinion.
Yeah. This guy's
clearly down for a 5-hour tattoo. That's crazy shit.
This guy's clearly a psychopath.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's like certifiable crazy.
My wife told me I have Republican tendencies yesterday.
I could see that.
I don't. I vehemently disagreed with it, and I thought, well, let me bring this to the show. So I'm watching Aaron Judge last night, and the Yankees. They're down 6-3, and Aaron Judge, who has been. Him and Shohei Ohtani, they've been the best players in baseball, I'd say, the last 4 or 5 years. and he's been really good, but he's one of those guys that just can't get it done in the postseason. Can't get it done when it matters. He's got that Lamar Jackson feel to him, where he just comes up small. And he's had a really good postseason up to this point, but the Yankees are on the brink of being eliminated last night. They got down 6-1, and then they got down 6-3. And by the way, he had 3 hits last night, so he's got I think 10 hits in the playoffs, so he's been big time. But they get down 6-3. He comes up with the tying run at the plate, and he hit an absolute bomb, 100-mile-an-hour pitch. He hit it right off the foul pole, and he had his moment. And as I'm sure if you all have listened to this show, I think Osita even knows this. I know Serda does. Outside of rooting for like my team, like teams that I have the emotional connection with, and LeBron, outside of that, and LeBron even fits into this, my favorite thing in sports is greatness. Like, I love seeing whatever sport it is played at the highest level, and then I love seeing the players at the highest level come up in the biggest moments and to see the greatness come out of there, right? From Jordan to LeBron to Magic to Tiger, like that 2008 U.S. Open where Tiger had the bad knee and he was coming back, and we saw him at big moments come through clutch, and Brady and Mahomes and all of those guys. I love Derek Jeter, my favorite baseball player, just because to see greatness. I root for that. I don't have a problem with underdogs, all that, but that is my favorite thing, is to see greatness. And she said, that's a real Republican mindset. She said she goes, I bet you. She said, I bet you a lot of people who have that thought process in sports are also Republican. She just said, because, most people think like, oh, I don't know, whatever greatness, I want to see it all spread around. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Just because I like to see great players play at their highest level doesn't mean that I'm about, hey, everybody just grab your own bootstraps and get it rolling here. And I'm not that. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I like underdogs. I just like greatness better. I just like to watch that. I like to watch those moments. I just thought that was really unfair and over the top.
I'm so glad to know that you're with somebody that can roast you like that.
I don't even think she was trying to roast. I think it became a serious conversation.
Even if she wasn't trying to roast you, she got your ass. She got you, dog. She got you.
Yeah, I think it's
you.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Hey.
Because you just like greatness.
Because I would love to do a poll.
Oh, make sports great again looking ass.
I would love to do a poll. I would love to do a poll to say, hey, how many people who, like, for me, what would you rather watch? Would you rather watch Tom Brady or LeBron or Jordan or Tiger in a big moment watch him play the game to the best of his ability, or some underdog, coming on and shocking the world?
Underdog.
Really?
Yeah, underdog. That's it. That's all. It's underdog for me. You're waiting for me to like.
No, I thought Serda looked like he was in his mind trying to figure. That's what I was waiting on.
I was more like reacting to fantasy football news right now.
Yeah, thanks for being part of the show.
Fantasy football is cooked, by the way, guys, and I blame both of you because I'm a fan of routine, a fan of superstition, and I didn't get to vote. Therefore, I lost the past 2 weeks.
Oh, gotta be on top of it.
We didn't have anything to do.
It depends. It depends. Like, I do like an underdog story, but it depends on whether or not I like the individual or the team that is the underdog. because then also I like chasing greatness. Like when the Patriots had a chance to go undefeated, everybody wanted the Giants to win and they wanted the Patriots to lose because they didn't want a team to go undefeated. And I was like, I kind of want to see the Patriots go undefeated.
I was that too.
I've never seen that before. That would be crazy to see a team go undefeated through an entire NFL season. Everybody else was rooting for Eli Manning and the Giants, and I was like, I don't give a shit about Eli Manning and the Giants.
But I enjoy. That's a great example. I enjoyed the story and the game and the Giants, but for me, like I've seen the Giants do that. I wanted to see Tom, Randy, Belichick, all those guys at the top. Can they do something? We have a 16 game season at that time, go 19-0, like something we've never seen and see when greatness is pushed. I just like to see whatever the sport is played at its highest level. Like when I look at the NCAA tournament, I do this every year. Like I love the upsets early, like the first day. That's cool. I just want some minimal ones. I love the upsets early. But once we get to the Elite Eight and Final Four, like I want to see Kansas. I want to see Duke. I want I want to that Final Four they had in Houston a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. I had to cover it. It was fucking doo-doo. They had San Diego State. They had Miami basketball. UConn was the only team that was worth a damn, and they beat the dog shit out of everybody. And it was it was Florida Atlantic. That was not fun, and I did not enjoy that. Like for me, I want to see. I like to see it to a certain extent, but I want to see the big boys. Like to me, like I told her last night, one of my favorite, sports moments to watch was when UMBC was the first 16 seed and they beat Virginia. And I was pulling for them. That was fun to watch. But I'd much rather watch Tiger, dominate a course than watch Rocco Mediate try to really fight his way through. I'm into seeing LeBron really get this thing done as opposed to watching Gordon Hayward really upset everybody. I don't think that makes me a Republican.
I just like seeing people get taken down a peg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like when people have like big heads about things. They're like, "Oh, I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm the shit." And then there's like, "Oh man, that guy just whooped my ass." I love that.
Is it people or is it me?
It's you.